Starting. All right, so last session where we left off, Lucy was headed to the Pedmiller Distillery up one of the canals in the city of Nueva Sigiluzon while running some errands. And she was called into an alleyway by someone she didn't recognize quite at first, but when he dropped his disguise and revealed himself to be Eglore, the compatriot of the party, she went into the alleyway. He discussed feeling as if he needed to lay low after the battle against the Howler in the square, and Lucy began to question him for why he framed her for arson following that very battle. And her hunger got the better of her, and now in the alleyway, the two have found that this is a do-or-die moment as Lucy's eyes go red and she lunges for Eglore. So we have rolled initiative already, Lucy with a 16 and Eglore with an 11. There's no surprise round. I believe as we left it, Eglore had produced flame in one hand and had his Fernian ash wand ready in the other. Lucy, I believe you had drawn your rapier, and it is your go. If someone wants to put on some mood music, feel free.
Yeah, we have to have some music.
I can get some music.
So Lucy, top of the round, first round. I'm going to have to say that if you're going to take the attack action, your first attack action is going to have to be an attempt to bite. Due to your failure at your wisdom save last time.
That will be fine. And we are also going to use Giant Smite as a bonus action.
All right, so Lucy grows large in the alleyway, although oddly enough, that brick wall is 15 feet high, and she's not 15 feet high, so you'd have a hard time seeing her over it despite her increased size. So I will go ahead and increase your size. You now fill the alleyway.
And we're now going to go and bite Eglore.
Oh, that's not... Whoops.
Megabyte. Wow. Okay, that's a critical hit. You hit. You hit. Okay.
Murder.
So, yeah, no, that's awesome. I believe there's a further ruling about this. So you did 4, which was the top roll, and then a 1 on the other one. Okay, so total of 7 damage. And I believe now you get a bonus to something. Like your next roll is +7 on top of that or something, right? It's the amount of damage you did.
Bonus next ability check or attack roll and make the bonus equals the piercing damage dealt by the bite.
Oh, dang. So you can increase the damage by the amount of damage you just did.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, I believe you have multi-attack now. You level 5 you, so I don't know what you're going to do with your second one, but feel free.
I do. Sweet. Okay. Also, since I have Giant Smite, when I attack the weapon or unarmed strike to deal an extra d6, does that count towards that Fang Bite?
Actually, you know what? You should have also rolled a bit of damage for your Giant's Might.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that would have also been doubled by the critical hit.
So, 2d6?
Yes.
Or just 1d6 double?
It's 1d6, if that's what it was before for Giant's Might. It's an additional 1d6, I think. And then, yeah, you double that. So, okay. Does 2 additional, so you did 9 damage to him with your huge bite. So then your bonus is going to be +9. So your huge mouth chomps down on Eglore's chest, and he is horrified as he's looking at, Lucy's now huge and biting him, and oh my god, your teeth are in me, and what's happening, and why is it getting cold, and why am I hot? And but yes, you still have another attack.
And then now we're gonna try to make him a little shish kebab with rapier.
Ooh, go ahead and roll to hit. That's gonna do it. 20's gonna hit. I don't think he has quite a reaction to that. Alright, so that's a 9 plus another 9 from before. It's 18 plus 4 is 22. So, okay, with 9 and 22 damage, you have done exactly his HP 31.
So he's down?
Actually, well, no, I didn't level him up to 5 to account for that. He would probably have like 6 HP more.
Okay.
So he's still up at this point. But he is looking rough, very, very bloodied, hanging to consciousness.
That is our turn.
Alright. Let me check his list of stuff real quick. Nope, he doesn't. Oh, he has a Hellish Rebuke. He would cast Hellish Rebuke with the stab. And where'd that go? There it is. And that is, roll a dex save for me, please. Oh, that's gonna pass. So you're only going to take half damage of... Wow, I rolled really, really well. 24 fire damage. So you take 12 fire damage as after you stab him, after biting him, he goes... "Ah!" and just these flames burst out of the wounds that you've put in his body and wash over you, and you manage to dodge the worst of it. But now there's also some of the fire seems to have caught on the buildings around you, and that was his reaction to your stab. So now on his turn, looking at his list of stuff, yep, he is going to bonus action Misty Step away.
Does that get opportunity?
Nope.
It's a teleport.
Yep. And then he is going to cast... he's going to raise his hands and do something that he's done before and clap them together. And there's going to be a loud explosion of noise all around you. Please roll a Constitution save. That's going to be a failure. So you're going to take only 6 thunder damage. Yep. You just take 6 thunder damage, and then he's going to start running down the alley. Well, I guess... Yeah, he's going to start running the other way down the alleyway, and he can get 30 feet, so he's now 50 feet away from you, and that's his turn. Over to you. So he's actually farther away now than the map permits. He's exactly 50 feet away.
Alright, well, then we're just gonna go and shoot him with the bow.
Alright. His AC is not super good, so that's gonna hit, and I'm pretty sure with the... Yep, that's gonna do it. As he runs down the alleyway, trying to get away from you, kind of stumbling a little bit, bloodied, you sheath your rapier after flicking it to get the blood off of it. Draw your bow, and he hits the ground of the hall of the alley and stops moving. I'll start rolling death saves, but you're also out of combat order. So what is Lucy going to do as the buildings around you are actually starting to light up a little bit?
So is it like just the buildings over here that are on fire?
Yeah, just a little bit. Like, it'll start to grow. It doesn't look like it's going out. Most of it did, but that 24 was big. Also, the shatter, part of the buildings actually have fallen and broken with the burst of noise. Both building to either side is actually slightly damaged now and crumbling a little bit and now on fire. So he went out with a bang a little bit, but he's not dead yet. He's just on the ground, unconscious, with a big arrow in him.
Does it look like that fire can be put out?
Yeah, but the damage is going to be harder to explain. In fact, after the extremely loud noise, you hear shouts from nearby, and the brick wall has disappeared
Does
as it has moved. He has no concentration. So,
Is there like another alleyway or something up ahead?
yeah, a little bit farther ahead, there's there's like another street, there's another alleyway, so you can scoop them up and keep running and try and find a place to hide. But yeah, you can hear people coming, footsteps. You can hear voices from inside the buildings, as it appears that there were people in these structures when the fire started and the explosion happened. So
We're gonna real quick before we run off with them, on the wall. We're gonna take some of the blood from the water skin and then write on the wall. Let's see, we're gonna be like, we're coming for the mayor, and then like a little dash, lucky unicorns.
all right, go ahead and roll, because time is of the essence and you hear people coming, and writing in blood isn't the easiest thing to do. Go ahead and do a performance check for me. It also is meant to be okay. So you're not sure how legible it is, but you feel like the message of blood writing on the wall is gotten across. Like it's definitely freaky when you look at it. But in the moment, you don't really have a lot of time to go over your work, and you feel that you need to leave soon.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and grab them and start running somewhere and go back to normal size and hide.
All right, big or small, you probably wouldn't have any trouble carrying him because you're strong and he's not the heaviest guy. But so you scoop up Eglore and you run off. Are you trying to be stealthy or are you trying to be quick? Or both?
Stealthy and quick.
All right.
Primarily
All right,
stealthy.
if you're trying to, which one? Pick one, the other, or both. Okay. All right. Let me just. Ooh. Okay. All right. So you're sneaking along through the alleyways. You hear the sounds of people congregating around a destruction and something to look at. You know, all the looky-loos coming to peer at the explosion. And you hear that start to recede into the distance. And where are you headed? What are you doing? You're carrying an unconscious body.
Trying to find a place just to lay low and hide from anybody passing by.
Gotcha. Go ahead and roll a perception check. There we are. As you find a bridge over one of the canals, and you see sort of a small platform underneath the bridge, and you feel like maybe this is a good place to duck into. So you find a sort of a less busy area near the canal and slide down one of the staircases nearby that leads down to that level, and you take Eglore's body, which is at this point now a corpse. You can feel that his blood has stopped pumping, and some of it is on your armor and clothes. But you find a good nook underneath the bridge, and you feel that you'll probably be pretty safe here. You don't have super long, but you should be able to do whatever you might need to do, provided it's not super loud.
Is there anybody around the area that we are?
Nope. It seems pretty deserted under this bridge over this canal here. Possibly people have been drawn to the commotion of the fire and explosion. Possibly you're just far enough away now that it's just not busy anymore. Although, to be fair, this isn't a super big city, and that was a pretty loud noise. So it probably was a lot of people heard about it and aren't looking under bridges right now. So you feel pretty safe under here. Like you feel like this is a good private spot.
We're gonna go ahead and search Eglore.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me, please.
Oh my god.
All right. So the things you'll find immediately is that he's wearing leather armor, and he has a short sword, a spear, a club, and his wand. He also is carrying 5 eggs. Awesome. A few dream berries, an oil flask, one of a pair of sending stones. I'm just going to give you the whole list of things. And a lot of money. Holy crap. He has currently on his person 7 platinum, 6 gold, 2 silver, and 34 copper. And I can write all this down later and put it in chat for you. Also, possibly of more interest, on his hands are some gloves that appear to be a little interesting looking.
We're gonna take like some oil that he has.
Okay. He also has a yard of cloth.
Okay. We're gonna cover him in oil.
All right.
And then we're also going to take some more of the blood and then also write the same thing, like a little bit away from him, like on the bridge.
All right. Go ahead and roll a performance check again, but this time, yeah, just go ahead and roll a perception check or performance. Ooh, yeah. Maybe it's because it's dark down here. Your dark vision doesn't really give you a good idea, and you end up not. Maybe it's because you didn't have enough blood, but it ends up coming out not even as well as last time. But again, a message written in blood is still pretty freaky looking, and it's under a bridge next to a dead body, so...
And we're going to go ahead and light his body. We're going to first check to see if anybody's around the bridge.
Alright, do another perception.
God!
Your rolls are impressively bad right now, and it's very funny because you're trying to cover up a murder. So, anyways, it looks all clear to you.
We're gonna go ahead and light his body.
All right.
We're gonna leave like a little trail that will lead to him, so we could at least get away before the fire catches.
All right. As you take the, I'm guessing like something out of a tinderbox, and you light the end of the trail of oil, and then almost instantly the body's burning. And just as you're, I'm not sure if you observe the fire for a while or if you just decide to leave instantly. But as you turn away, something catches your eye in the flames. There appears to be some sort of lantern, like an oil lamp looking lantern, still on his person. You're not sure how you missed it.
Is there an oil lantern on it? Like,
it's on Eglore's person, on fire, but not burning. It appears to be glowing red hot, but it is not seeming to take any damage from the flames.
just look like a lantern? Was it there before?
You didn't notice it.
We're gonna take our rapier and like kind of hit it into the water.
All right. You hook the rapier through the little handle piece and toss it into the water, and it lands and immediately throws up steam and begins boiling the water around it. And are you holding it, or did you just toss it in? Because then it's going to start sinking into the canal.
No, I just tossed it in.
Okay. It's now sinking into the canal, and it continues to boil and bubble, but the source continues to sink. So after a while, you only see burbles every once in a while.
And then, is there any blood like remaining in this point in the water skin?
In your water skin, not really. No, you're quite low.
Could I've got one last thing off his body before I did all that?
Sure. What was it?
We're gonna
Was
take
it some
another
blood?
oil flask and
Yeah.
get away from him, and then we're gonna cover ourselves in it.
Cover yourself in it?
Yes.
In oil.
Yes.
All right.
Just enough so we're not as recognizable.
Okay. You are covered in oil and not as recognizable, for certain. Noble woman Lucy does not look like oil-covered Lucy.
So this canal, does it like lead out to the sea? Like, is there just buildings surrounding it? Is like outside, like where
It
is
leads to the lake. So all the piers along the lakefront, and then it leads into a sewer system that you don't know anything else about. But you can, looking to your right up the way, you can see that it eventually ends in a sewer, and looking to your left down the way, you can see that it eventually leads out into the lake.
We're actually just gonna hop in the water and start walking.
All right, you're just gonna walk back to the Sweetwater Inn by lakefront.
I'm gonna walk towards the lake and then go towards the distillery, whichever direction that is. Or is it the other way?
That would be the other way.
Yeah, we'll go that way then. Not
All right.
next to the sewer though.
All right, gotcha. So you head to the distillery. You have blood and oil on you. You're not large anymore. Let's go ahead and change the map to the city.
Hey, this guy over here, he's dead.
He really is. So you would be, Lucy, probably somewhere around here in this southern area.
Yeah, super dead. We might have a genie problem.
You might at some point, but right now you're fine. He's in the water. He's made of fire. What's he gonna do? So, Lucy, you get to the Ped Miller Distillery. You step in the front door, and it doesn't seem to be too busy right now. I think, what is it, like late afternoon, almost evening now? So
We would have like been walking in the water. I assume everything washes off at that point.
quite a bit. Quite a bit. There's still some blood on you. No, some of it's stained, some of the fabric, and some of the oil seems to have gotten into it too. But it's a lot cleaner. Blood soaks in.
Like, how recognizable is it?
I mean, you have a signet ring, and you have, I think, some ornamentation on your armor. I don't know if it has any like house coat of arms stuff. So I'm not sure. Are you trying to disguise yourself? So go ahead and roll. What's the check for a disguise? Isn't that deception?
We're not disguising ourselves now. Like,
Yeah, I didn't think.
Based on the idea that the disguise kit is a tool, it would be raw charisma, and then add the disguise kit proficiency if you're proficient with it.
That makes sense.
We would have like cleaned ourselves up like in the water as we would have went like further on.
Gotcha.
Got somewhere like kind of hidden to try to dry off for a bit before even trying to go to the distillery.
All right, I'll say that by the time you get there, you're mostly cleaned off. Now you just look dirty, not necessarily bloody. Like, you're not super clean because you can't magically clean yourself or anything, but you don't look like you were covered in blood at any point because most of it's been washed off, and what hasn't been washed off has been kind of like mixed with oil and then washed off. So it's like a brown and black splotches of where there is dirt because you couldn't get it all off, but it's still it doesn't look like you've murdered someone. They don't have forensics. They have magic forensics, but that's something else.
Well, then we're gonna try drying off, and I don't know
Yeah,
how long that would.
You're dry at this point.
And then we're gonna go to the distillery.
Yep. As you walk in the front door, you see that it's not all that busy. It looks like maybe this place isn't that busy, or it's not the prime hours. There's a dwarf woman, oddly enough for this place, behind the counter, and there is a some sort of dragonborn in the kitchen farther behind, and you can see quite a few halfling patrons sitting at different tables, like 5 or 6. But the place looks like it could seat like 70, so it looks empty right now.
Just gonna go up and order some alcohol.
Anything in particular?
The best they have.
All right. It's gonna be some of our Gold Star mead. That'll be a gold for a star of it.
And we'll buy enough for the party.
All right. That's probably gonna be, I don't know, 10 gold then for like a cask of this really high quality mead.
And we do that, and then we're just gonna go ahead and start making our way back down the normal road, the way that we were walking originally.
Come back next time, love. And you're off. All right. So that was Lucy's foray to the distillery. There and back again. A vampire's tale. So we will now go back to the Sweetwater Inn.
I try to make it quick for everybody.
Oh no, you're good. I'm sure that was fun to a certain degree to watch someone die.
I love.
Definitely.
Did y'all like it?
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good. Just the oh my god amounts of damage. Yeah, that's
I'm
pretty
surprised
good.
how much damage Eglore did with just one.
Yeah, that was a good roll. It also appears he got to start another fire and blow something up with shatter.
He died the way he lived, covered in fire.
He really did. All right, so
Have we a question before you start? I'd assume it's about almost the end of the first day that we've been kind of on downtime.
Yep, it is. It's about time for everyone to. I mean, it's like the evening or something. So it's Lucy. You can come back now at any time. You can just kind of pop in. I'm assuming it's evening. Every player character who's currently here is upstairs, so you'll come in and see them. You'll actually probably see Caimen chatting with this fellow, the necromancer fellow who you met in the mausoleum.
Did we actually see anything on our way back? Anything of interest, or?
No, you didn't see anything of interest. I don't think you doubled back to check any of the scenes of the crimes. If you did, you wouldn't have seen anyone underneath the bridge, and you would have seen guards and a number of people looking at the destruction on the 2 buildings. But the fires will have been contained and stopped. So if you did go back and check, that's all you would have seen.
Oh wait. Oh.
Kleeck, where did your character go?
I am not here. I am setting traps, and when I get back, I'll likely be sleeping on the roof.
Oh,
Gotcha.
you're not even going to come in and say hi.
Because I think I can remember.
I'll probably go in and say hi.
I think me and Kleeck were talking about Brightleaf, and then this not too long before the session ended.
I think so too.
I think Yoga's gonna try and talk to her tomorrow then.
Oh, right! Yeah, we left off and I was there, wasn't I?
Hey, Lucy, what you got there? Rhea starts following you up the staircase when she
Sure.
sees your keg.
She kind of like waits till she actually gets upstairs to show up, be like, I bought some alcohol because the last drink I had here made me sick.
Oh, that's good stuff too. We should have a toast to it later tonight.
I got it for everybody, so yeah.
Yeah, that's might be enough just for me, but I'll go easy on it so we can all have some.
So that might be enough for just you.
Well, you know us halflings. Bottomless.
She'll just kind of like stare in like kind of shock and horror at the comment and continue walking.
She sashays her hips a little bit as she walks up the stairs to show that she is not, in fact, bottomless.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Lord.
Interesting.
Wordplay.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
She's gonna bring it up here and just dump it on the table.
So, Yoga's probably finished writing like the last spell into his spell book,
Oh yeah, at this point, you've had all day.
and kind of looks up to Lucy as he finishes. What is this?
Alcohol!
Alcohol. I see.
I got some for everybody. Because the last time I drank some from here made me sick, so I got some other different type.
I'm gonna look at Brightleaf and say, "You think Caimen would like some of this?"
Brightleaf is in a different room.
Oh, not Rhea.
Is Rhea up here?
Oh, you better believe I'd like some of that. That's Gold Star.
She's all of her is up here apparently.
You gonna go get Caimen and offer him some too?
Lucy's immediately gonna like go ahead and just take a bottle and just like drink as much as she can.
You guys kind of like look at the two of them. Do you have a glass, perhaps?
She just kind of continue drinking and just kind of shake her head. There's like a whole like case of it or whatever. It should be like a bottle for everybody. I don't know how alcohol works, but
Well, Yoga, the defined man he is, I don't think he's probably gonna. Yeah, he's gonna quickly go down to the barkeep and ask if they can have like an empty glass or two.
hey, Bren.
Oh, of course. I'll send Timothy up with them in just a moment.
Hey,
Yeah.
Bren, what should I roll?
What do you roll for what?
I'm drinking like a whole thing of alcohol, like an entire bottle of this stuff.
Oh, that'd be a con save.
As Lucy.
Yeah, con save.
Just one or should it be two?
Do two.
Did I hear alcohol?
You managed to
Yeah.
hold it all down. It's very easy at first, and it got a lot harder the second time, but you just barely managed to hold it in. Meanwhile, everyone around you is toasting and getting a little sloppy, so results may vary. But yeah, pretty fast. Oh, hey everyone. Here, I brought the cups you wanted, and he puts them on a table. Thank you. And he runs off. Little butler style.
Wait, is that a new like picture for him?
Hmm?
Same image for him?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's the same Timothy.
Okay.
He's a scuttly little one, isn't he?
Yes, he's quick on his feet.
Yoga will probably drink a glass or two, but will just ultimately settle to bed after conversing for a period of time.
We're
Alright.
gonna go take a bath and then use our rose perfume stuff. Wherever a bath is, I don't know. I assume there might be one in the room, and wherever that is. I don't know.
They actually, they have. Sure, I'll just say that they have a bath here. You don't have a bath actually. It's more of like just a washroom, but you can make it work. It's not quite what you would want. There might be baths in town. You actually don't know because you haven't been to this city many times before.
Okay, well, we're gonna want to go get a bath, so we're just gonna go. Was it Rhea?
Yeah.
Want to go get a bath?
Oh, sure. I know a great place.
Awesome. I guess she's gonna kind of drunkenly follow.
Yep. All right. So the two. Well, you're not quite drunk.
She
I don't
drank a whole
think.
bottle. She doesn't drink.
Yeah,
Or-
but I don't know if that quite affects you the same way.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that it doesn't, but that in your drunken state, as you're, no, we're good. So the rest of the party is just gonna be chilling and chatting, and Lucy and Rhea want to go and get baths. Got it. Okay, so without too much trouble, you and Rhea find a local bathhouse. I don't have a name for it. I'm just gonna say that it's called the Tub. And so the two of you go in. It's it's a little. They have cheaper areas, but I'm guessing you pay the silver for their highest end. And if you don't, then Rhea will drop down 2 silver to pay for it. And you two go and get a more private bathroom where you have an actual tub and it's heated and you have different scents and soaps and she actually has fun with that. She liked the lavender that you had before, even though she was given the island one, I believe, by the captain. That was funny and a waste, but yeah, before too long the drunkenness wears off a little bit, or maybe it's enhanced. I guess it's enhanced by the tubs, but you stumble back a little bit later at night, feeling much refreshed. Did you have anything particular that you wanted to talk about with Rhea, or were you just looking to get clean?
No, just literally get clean and then use the perfume and just let everyone else do something if they want.
All right, cool.
I think most of us are trying. We need the day to go by for us to do our things. Kleeck's got traps, and I've got a sending message that
Well,
I need the next day to be.
I went out hunting and trapping and setting up traps. I rolled a 24 survival because of advantage. And I'm hoping that I can also actively look for some larger game while I have my trap set up. That's the hope.
Roll a survival. Well, roll a perception check.
Oh boy. Oh, hey, that's not bad.
Okay, you're able to find a deer.
Ah!
Roll.
Have him fight the deer.
Do I even need to really roll an attack when I have a +10 to hit?
Well, what's the
Yes.
AC of a deer?
Yes.
You could
Not
roll. You could
Very
roll
high,
that
I
one.
believe. Especially since at the moment, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not. It's not aware of me, is it?
Roll stealth.
If it's aware of
Excellent.
me, okay. If it's unaware, if I manage to succeed in this, I would argue that I have a chance to just line up my shot and take it with no issues. What is a deer's passive perception? We look
I
up a
think
deer's.
I think it's a 14.
You just have the passive perception of a
I
deer on your head.
really don't think that a deer has
a-
18 wisdom.
It's a passive. It's a passive 12.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
nice.
it's not going to notice you. So roll to hit with advantage.
Oh, okay.
You could get 2 nat ones.
Yeah, that's
know-
okay. I only won that one.
I told you that you needed that advantage.
Damn.
Roll damage.
Oh my god. 8 piercing.
What does a deer have?
4.
It's down.
Yeah.
You had 1 nat 1 and 1 nat 1 in damage.
Yeah, it's
And
I
this
was
is why we
I was
roll.
wondering why my damage was in single digits. I was like, man. Kleeck
Yeah.
usually this shit.
But yeah, remember the sewers? You weren't that day either. Every single rat you hit, you did min damage, which was 1 less than its full HP. So you didn't kill a single one of them. You just kept doing 6. Brendan should have a talk with Kleeck. So, with that, you are able to down a deer relatively easily, and you are able to, with some of the lessons that you have and some of the training and knowledge that you already have, dress and take care of it. Real quick, Gambino, do you have an image that you would like me to use for your token so that I can make that real quick?
Yeah.
Just go ahead and send that through in DMs, and I can take care of it real quick.
All right.
It has been.
What exactly should I put in my inventory? Because I figure, like, I'm going to use some of the meat and put it towards making rations out of it, and then, like, I figure I'll just put deer bits and then the gold value.
Yeah, you're going to remove quite a bit. I don't know how much you'd get from a deer, so just put 80 pounds of deer bits.
Oh,
if you need to reduce that weight, reduce it. And tell me what you're keeping.
I can carry it. I have a 12 in strength, and I'm only carrying 50 pounds right now.
Yeah, I'm not saying the deer was 80 pounds. I'm saying when you dress it, you remove some stuff that you don't need. I don't know how much you're going to leave behind. So
bones and ligaments.
Hopefully as little as possible. Kleeck is resourceful. He's lived on this stuff by, like, not even in society, like, lived off of it by making his own stuff out of it.
All right, then instead of 80, I'll say that you could have up to 150 pounds of stuff that you want to take from it.
What's 12 times 15?
180.
180. I can carry 180 pounds. I have 50. I can carry 120 pounds. How much did you say I could have up to?
Up to 150.
All right, I'll grab 120 pounds.
Only
A
120.
lot of meat and bone and antler.
I'll. At the very least, I am going to specify I'm going to get as much of the, like, valuable bits as I can. If I'm leaving anything behind, it's just some of the worst bits of meat.
Yeah, the stuff that you are supposed to take out when you dress an animal. Like entrails, stuff that's going to start degrading and poisoning the rest of the body if you leave it in. Stuff like that.
All right.
You don't want that with your meat.
Once I'm with that, after that, I'm probably just going to head back.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay, let me make this screw, Karen. No, copy paste. All right,
Let me know when to replace my token on the map.
For sure, your token is already replaced. It's next to Leon.
Hey.
Well, yeah, but that was up there. I left, and I don't know what time new person's arriving. And since Kleeck's going to be arriving at least at, like, nightfall, I imagine. I don't know.
Yeah, I imagined that this character may also be arriving around that time.
Good to
I
know.
just need to save it and do the whole thing with the same time. I like that picture too. I'm just gonna say it. All right, download.
Bitch.
I feel ya.
Okay, I'm back. I don't know what I missed. Spencer brought a millipede.
He's huge. The new character is huge.
Yes.
What?
All right.
What?
No, it's totally fine.
I mean, Rune Knight combined with Enlarge Reduce can do it. I saw it in my campaign. It was scary. My original campaign, I had a character based on Bowser become huge while fighting a bunch of giant spiders.
I mean, Yoga's got Enlarge Reduce. We can make this... Wait, do I?
Yeah, you could do it with Lucy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Gambino.
Okay.
I have given control of your token to you. Just go ahead and move it around a little bit and let me know if you can. Oh, if you're okay, perfect. So you have come to the city of Nueva Sija Luzon, which is predominantly just a fishing village. A lot of the exports here are just from the nearby marshy kind of farmlands and the meadows, and the fisheries just out in front. And so you've come here and you've heard of the Sweetwater Inn, which is one of the more semi-famous establishments in the city because of its proximity and incidental similarity to the Sweetwater Terminal, where the ferries run to and from. And so you thought, I've never played here before. Maybe tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And so you walk up to the front, and the doors are they are open and ready for you. And just as you're coming in, a little black bird man carrying a large amount of meat and deer bits lands on the ground next to you and enters with you. Go ahead and describe yourselves to each other. He's just going to walk past you, but yeah. So he's basically carrying a bunch of deer bits, and he just heads in and heads up the stairs. There's even some drops of blood on the ground as he walks by. The bartender of the establishment. Oh, please don't. Are you? What? That's a lot of meat. Are you sure you don't want to take it into the kitchen? And then she waves to you, Orna, and says, sorry, love, I'll be with you in just a minute. Blood on my floor, as you see.
I can sell some of it if you want it. Fresh venison, killed less than an hour ago.
Did you say fresh venison?
3'11" bird with with a pack stacked a few feet over his head of deer.
How do you even carry all that?
I'm strong.
I can see that. We can take some of that off you. Oh, sorry about that, love. And she sees your instrument case, Orna. Did you come to play tonight?
Yes. I've been kind of traveling around and trying to find the best inns and just, I guess, social places to play. Would it be cool if I did it here?
Oh, of course. We love musicians here. Here we can move some of the tables and set up a spot in the corner, and you should be good to go. We can get you a dinner too. Just I'll let Andis know, and yeah, we should get that to you soon.
Thank you. Wow, such hospitality. All right.
Well, you can't be a high-end establishment if you don't have music from time to time.
That sounds very high-end, I guess. Well, I will attempt to start. Well, I'll start playing some music. Not anything like singing. I'll just play some some nice background tunes, to start it off,
Sure. Yeah. You look around the room, and the crew that's in here right now is a little odd. There's the black bird person who is now bargaining with this kind of tall, muscular-looking, butcher, cook, chef-looking guy. So they're bartering over meat. You have two knight-looking fellows, one a dragonborn and one just a surly-looking human. You have three odd-looking black-robed folk in the corner with a really, really sort of there's sort of a stale taste to the air around them, and they're kind of keeping to themselves a little bit. So and as you turn, you see you see a large turtle man coming down the staircase slowly, peering around. It looks like.
He's actually just chilling on the staircase, looking at you.
Oh, so he's looking at you as you. Which instrument are you playing?
I will play my lute.
All right. So as you pluck away at the strings, kind of weaving a tune into the air of the Sweetwater Inn.
The entire time, I am definitely looking at this turtle coming down the stairs because I'm just amazed.
He sees that you see him. You see that he sees that you see him. You
Oh,
see
you're
that he
staring
sees
at
that you see that he sees him, and so on.
I do the little wave like with each individual finger. Like,
Ooh, I love
hello.
that.
That's how I
Orlan's face is
imagine
like
Yoga
light.
always waves.
He's just like, oh, wow. He's still playing. Like he's not even focusing on the music, but he's he's still just playing it almost without even thinking about it. But he's just looking at you, just amazed. He's never seen a turtle, so it's like, wow.
I hate how much that fits his background.
It's perfect.
Literally his background feature.
Yoga will travel to the, get down to this table and continue to watch the half-elf drow play. I mean, he's just gonna keep watching you play, man.
I'm gonna start playing a little quieter, and I'm gonna like do the head nod because my hands are kind of occupied, so I'm like try to say hello, without waving in any shape or form,
Oh yeah.
So I keep playing, but the song goes from kind of jaunty, very like bar, tavern music, and then as it keeps escalating and de-escalating, I eventually try to turn it into a bit more. I guess you describe it as like a sad, or maybe not sad, more like a melancholy type tune.
Mellow,
so
just relaxed tune.
Exactly. And as I do, I'm going to stop for a second, and here's the thing. Okay, this is gonna be spicy. So I'll stop playing the music and just look down, and I'll stop. I'll start. So I'm not playing the lute anymore, and as it's just completely quiet, I will I'll switch instruments because, of course, he would. So I'll switch instruments to my viol, and there you go. That works perfectly. There you go. And I'll start playing that, and it's a quick tune, like a very much like a bar tavern tune. And that one also escalates and de-escalates, and I'll try to play it, and I'll try to make some type of arrangement where I'll play it for a little bit, and then right as it gets to like the edge, I'll switch instruments, and then do that again, and it'll go. It's a whole thing.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
Alright. Performance.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Very good. Oh, just so you know in the future, and this might help you, there is a plugin that you can use your roll or your D&D Beyond character sheet, and you can roll from that. For instance, I rolled your sheet for you. You rolled a 20, like that's fine. 14 and a 6. The interface works just fine. You can do that if you want. But yeah, the Beyond 20 plugin will let you just have your character sheet up and click on stuff on there. It's a little finicky sometimes, but for the most part, very solid. So
yeah, like when every time you open your character sheet, you get a little pop up, and it's kind of annoying. But that's mainly it.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna actually because I looked at this before, so but good to know. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so with a roll of a 20, actually, most of the people in the place are very attentive to the music that you're playing. Like they're in their conversations, they're in their drinks, but as you begin to crescendo at different points, they definitely turn and you have their attention, and then as soon as you drop instruments and pull out another one, like there's sometimes even like because they expect something different, and so you definitely have the crowd's attention and interest at this time. And let's see, before too long, actually, as day turns to night, you start to have some of the folk from nearby come in at the music, and the place starts to get a little more lively. And Lucy, you and Rhea start to return at about this time. So there's starting to be, some music and song and dance in the tavern as the place starts to get busy. Done got filled up, and this is why you pay for music.
I take it. I'll have like clean clothes. Now we smell like roses.
Oh yeah, at this point you smell great. Your clothes have been cleaned, and they've been magically cleaned. Like they keep a level 1 wizard with prestidigitation on staff, or something. Like it's taken care of. Is what I'm trying to say. So your garb, immaculate. Your sniff, your drip, whatever you want to even call it. I don't know what the kids call it these days. You're looking clean. So you and Rhea are now headed back down the street. Rhea, for her part, has a flask that she's been sipping from all night, and from its smell, you can tell that it's not water. And so she continues the party even as you head back to the tavern. However, Lucy, for your part, you may not have had any problems drinking the alcohol that you did, but you still are hungry. So go ahead and roll a wisdom save. You're walking next to something that smells very good, and with those
no.
All right. So with that, still being hungry, yeah, you're gonna have to try and take a bite of your friend who's walking with you.
At least all the fishermen went in the tavern.
Do we have enough willpower to just run to the ship real quick?
You'll have to do this first. It's one of those you can't help yourself things.
God damn it.
Dang it, my pesky character flaws.
Speak of being hungry.
Do we see anybody around?
Oddly enough, no. It seems like most of the people who would normally be out here hanging out are inside in the tavern, where you hear music, lively music. You hear the hubbub of people, drinking and eating, and the clatter of plates and laughter, and it sounds like a bumpin' tavern. I'm just trying to sell the meat.
Just gonna kind of just put a hand on Rhea's shoulder and be like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, what is it?
Please don't eat, Rhea.
This will be fun.
I need a favor. I need some food. Quite hungry.
Well, I mean, we're almost back to the inn. If you I'm hungry. I could eat. What do you want to eat? Let's just go get something to eat.
I can't wait. It's painful. I need. I'm sorry. And then she's just gonna kind of just take her arm, and then bite into her arm.
All right, go ahead. Roll 2 hit.
You mad lad, you laugh as you bite our companion.
Oh no.
So, she's able to pull away in time. And what are you doing? I'm not food. And with that, you have a moment. So if you want, you can try and run off. You're not drunk, so you're not having any trouble with that. But if you want to stay close to her, though, you're going to have to roll another wisdom save. So
Never mind the animal blood on the floor in the tavern.
well, she hasn't come back yet.
I know, but if she goes in, it might just get worse.
Just seem like just follow me and just like try to run to the ship.
Where are we going?
Follow me. She's gonna like just haul ass like running back.
Oh, what? She's gonna start hauling ass too, because she can.
Fast as you.
Yeah, I mean they just run different speeds, different ways. Okay, so you run down the pier to where your ship is docked. I don't have a ship thing, so. Oh,
drew one.
Wow!
Kind of the ship.
You're amazing. Okay. No, this is cool. I did not know that was there, and now I'm just happy. I'm just happy that there's a ship.
Make a fancy front to it, but it didn't turn out quite well.
Hey, it's awesome. I'm happy about that. So thank you. Thank you for making a boat.
Just gonna go run down inside the ship to our room. And
are you having her come with you down into the bowels of the ship?
I mean, we just said it like come with me, and then she like starts running after that.
She followed you because she doesn't know what you're doing and isn't fully in the moment quite. So yeah, so what were you doing on the boat, Lucy? What's here? You want food? The inn's back there.
Is she in Lucy's room right now?
Yeah, no, she's standing in the doorway. If you led into the room, she's standing in the doorway. Okay, you're fine. You are able to resist your hunger.
She's gonna go to grab her to pull her in the room and shut the door.
Okay, well, make a grapple check.
What is that?
Athletics.
Yeah. Okay.
Tested against a rogue's acrobatics. Yikes.
I know, right?
You are. Well, let's. Yeah, disadvantage doesn't do much to stop her. She is able to break free of your grasp and stumbles backwards out of the doorway. He's like, "What? Why are you trying to grab me?" And then let me do one thing real quick. Yeah, she asks you, what are you trying to do?
She's then gonna go to get like some of the blood that she keeps.
Alright, so Lucy, unable to grab Rhea, who leaps back, stops trying and heads back into her room and goes to where she has a secret compartment hidden, and you do whatever the combination thing is to open it, and you pull out a pouch of not frozen, but cooled, chilled blood.
Then we're gonna eat all of it.
All right, you have a serving, and your hunger goes away, and you feel a lot better. However, you see that the drunk Rhea is standing in the doorway watching you as you drop the pouch to the ground, small droplets of blood coming out of the corners of your mouth from having just guzzled a pint. Lucy?
Can you come in here so we can talk?
She looks to either side and comes in. And now we can skip back to the tavern for a moment if anyone has anything they'd like to do.
Do I get that? I want to haggle my meat. First of all, at least half of this weight is just meat. Probably. But I'll let you make the final ruling on that.
All right, so we're going to have to weigh this if we're going to get, why don't you come with me to the back here?
All right. I have a lot. I know that much. I'm assuming I'm selling per pound?
That's right.
I will separate the meat from the hide and antlers and such.
Alright, so it looks like you got about, let's see, about 80 pounds of meat here. I reckon I could probably,
How much per pound? Few silver?
I can do silver for each pound.
I don't suppose I can get a silver and a half.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Oh boy. +0. don't fail me now. Okay.
You drive a hard bargain there, Birdman, but I'm gonna have to decline. A silver a pound will do, and it's a good deal for you and me.
I'll just shrug. Alright. I'll take it.
Alright. Thank you kindly. He heads out for a minute and kind of peeks his head out the window and is like, "Hey, Shirley, 8 gold to the Birdman for the meats. We're gonna be serving well tonight." Go on then. Just leave it on the counter. I'll have Timothy start prepping it. Thank you.
I will do just that as I go out to get my payment.
Yeah, before too long, Shirley has it for you.
Yeah.
8 gold earned from hunting. Dang.
Can I get a little bit of that in change? Just like, can I get like one of those gold and silver and maybe some copper?
Absolutely. In whatever denomination you'd like, it's available.
All right. I'm going to take 7 gold, 8 silver, and 20 copper. Because I want to have a little bit of everything.
Works for me. All right.
Thank you.
Yoga, Rin, Leon, any of you want to do anything? Kleeck has returned. He's finished selling his meats. Kleeck, you'll probably notice more now than you did while you were bargaining and bartering. The musician in the room, a fixture that you haven't yet seen. Yoga appears to be seated in the corner, eyes intent on him, nodding in time with the music.
I'm going to order a freshly cooked venison steak, and then I'm going to see about interacting with this new person.
You'll see the chef peek his head out the order window and say, "Coming right up."
I'll let Liam say if he wants to do something first.
And then, as you order it, sorry, I just need to get this out of the way. Shirley will say, "That'll be 5 silver, dear."
How big is this steak?
You're getting a lot, but you got to have markup. Food cost.
At the same time, I was getting a silver a pound, and I'm paying 5 silver just for cooking it.
Yes,
this better be a good steak.
It's a pound of venison, Holmes.
All right. I'll pay the 5 silver. I'll pay the 5 silver for my own artwork.
Ooh, it's artwork once it's done. It's artwork once it's done cooking there.
Yeah, that's
All
fair.
right.
I'm sure there's more than just cooking. I'm sure there's seasonings and crap they're doing. It's worth it.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, Ren, back to you.
All right. So after my performance, I guess I'm just fixing up instruments, cleaning them up a little, looking for tips. Please tell me somebody tipped me. I am so poor.
Absolutely. So you're actually going to have, before too long, actually, you will have a plate of the venison put in front of you, along with a mug of a hard cider, and the waitress will kind of back off, looking at you with kind of like a wink and a smile. You did, in fact, get some tips. You got a tip of 3 gold from the Dragonborn fellow. He really liked your music. You got
Very
a
generous.
silver from the knight that's with him. From the triplets, who look all the same and are now starting to engage in a drinking competition betwixt the 3 of them. They each tossed in 2 copper. And then the the dark trio in the corner, they each also put in. Let's see, Miles would have put in probably 3 silver. Jolly would have put in 2, and Sterling would have put in a gold as well. The other people who came later, these 2 in the corner, they've listened but haven't put anything into the pot.
So I will like hold out the thing that have tips in, and I'm just like, people, thank you. Wow, so generous. I'm here all night. I'll play more, but the boss gotta eat. So I get back. I'll start eating the food. Whoa.
And as you can see, I have approached you. I'm sat down at your table.
Assuming I get my steak, I will be approaching as well.
Here you are,
Well-
love. And it smells delicious, and before long, you carrying the steak. Kleeck, you were given a plate with a steak and some roasted potatoes and dipped in cheese and some good stuff.
Happy bird noises.
Yeah, after you walk by with that plate covered in food, pretty much everyone else in the place starts ordering it as well. Because it smells wonderful, and you just walked past all of them with a plate of it. So before too long, the whole place starts to smell like deliciously cooked venison. And
He
pretty
will
soon
be
it's
very
on.
happy that his hard work is going to good use, even if you
You
got
have
to pay a steep price for it.
you have no idea how much money they are raking in tonight. But yes, to the
Bring a
table
scarf.
that matters.
They ought to pay us for the marketing at this point. I'm just saying, music, fresh venison.
So, Rin, as you turn around, you see that the turtle man who has been watching you has moved over to sit next to you and is, I believe, still looking at you. And as you glance to your right to look at Yoga, the birdman who fluttered past and landed next to you before kind of sidles past you without you noticing, and as you turn back to the left, he's already seated next to you with a fragrantly steaming steak on a plate with a number of other things, and he seats himself next to you.
He's just sitting there staring at you wide-eyed as he eats.
Leon, you come down to view this scene, devoid of music for the moment, but even through your mask, it smells great. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. So go ahead and continue your scene. I'll be quiet for a moment.
Stranger, can I ask your name?
I'm Ornerin. I just go by Rin. Whatever's easier.
I see you play some music. Is that all you do?
Well, I've got many tricks up my sleeve, but it's my main thing. Yeah.
I want a hug. Okay, then say it. I'm sorry, I want my fiance to come over.
Yoga will grab from his pocket 2 gold pieces and hand them to Ren. Or put it in the
Rin will
little...
just look. Rin will just look wide-eyed. It's like, wow. Thank you so much. I'm not. I mean, I'm sure you can tell by my glorious attire, but I don't come from that much money. So anything is great. Thank you.
Oh, I have too much of it anyway. I don't see the purpose of much gold. It just happens that wizardry is expensive, so it sometimes comes in handy.
Legit.
Upon hearing that there is supposedly some idea or reason to pay him, I will be reaching into one of my many shiny pouches and sliding over a gold.
Rin is just again like, you're too generous. Just for you guys' generosity, I will play you my special song. But after I'm done eating, I haven't had a meal this good in weeks.
Alright.
You'll
So,
go... You go.
Are you guys? You seem to be part of this motley crew. What are you guys? Adventurers or something like that?
That's what they call us, at least.
From the bar, actually, you hear the bartender speak up. Oh, you hadn't heard then. They're better than just adventurers. These ones are heroes. They saved the city.
Oh, these are the people. I did hear about something like that.
If
Crocs
a bird with
dying
black
and then
leather,
coming back.
if a bird with black feathers could be seen blushing, Kleeck would probably be doing it right now.
Well. Having dinner with heroes. It's not every day you get to do that. I'm honored, honestly.
Well, Ren, what else do you do besides music? I'm very curious about you.
Well, I'll kind of shift to the side and I'll point at my my rapier that I have at my side.
I did ask in chat if I see any weapons. I did.
Yep.
I'm a man of the blade, I guess. I've trained for a couple of years with this. I've learned to, I guess, infuse my love of music with sword fighting. It's a weird thing. I had a pretty good teacher. Regardless, it's I do this
Bird
as well.
is very interested in the rapier and is going to draw really quickly and recklessly draw his own and point it up. You use one too?
Oh, Rin will step back a little bit. Yes, and he will slowly take his out. Yeah.
Kleeck's is made in kind of like an elven style with that weird curve of the blade.
Rin's is it's not bad, but you can tell it's it's been used. It's not a horrible rapier. It's you can tell it's he's had it for many years, but it's been sharpened and he's fixed it at some point. It's been broken at some places, but it's been patched up and stuff like that. So it's
good maintenance.
Maintained, but well used.
Well, when you can't really buy a new one every now and then, you kind of have to learn how to do that.
Kleeck's rapier is very, very little used. He bought it and has barely used it at all, but he is carrying a bow that's almost as big as him on his back that looks very well used and well maintained. This one's my favorite, and he's gonna lay a hand on it.
Wow. Well, this one's my favorite, and he'll point to his loot on his back.
Can you fight
Both
with that?
stringed weapons.
Huh?
Well, I mean, I've got some magic. Yeah, it's
Oh, magic. What does that have to do with it?
Oh well, when how in sound waves, and I've never really learned the theory of it. I just I was young. I played music and I really loved it, and shit started happening around me, and I started reading about bards, and then it kind of just happened.
Okay.
Oh, hello,
so
Leon.
I'm gonna go around the circle, point at Yoga. You use a book. Point at the one with the plague doctor mask. You use cards, and I'm gonna point at the new one. And you use an instrument? I don't get this magic stuff.
We are a strange group,
I mean,
aren't we?
like, I have a little bit of magic, but like, I use this, and he's pointing to his bow again. Oh, my magic is in the bow. Is with my bow.
Well, that's still magic, so it counts.
Arcane archer, go burr.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, the hubbub
I
in the
think-
tavern has increased, and you've started to see more and more people drift in, louder. Some familiar faces from around the town that you've seen before, the people who work the Sweetwater terminal, I
Is there
don't
a
think...
tanner?
No, not here.
Do I see a tanner? No!
This place is a little nicer. But a lot of people who hang out around here have come because of the smell and the sounds. The music before, which is not playing now, but even so, the greater number of voices inside is drawing an ever-increasing crowd. And word of heroes staying in the inn is a little bit of a draw, too.
They're gonna hang up
So
a fresh banner
as like-
for us. We are the marketing scheme at this point, man.
Yeah.
Darn
What was
those
that?
What was
business
that?
people. Lobbyists.
Oh my god. So,
Well,
Yoga.
seeing a bunch of more people come in, Rin is gonna whip out the viola again, and actually not the viola, the lute, and is gonna start singing a song about these heroes. It's gonna be, it's gonna sound. The lyrics is gonna be a little shitty because he's like coming up with something on the spot based on these two people he just met.
Our first ballad. This is like a milestone, right? They start writing
He's
poems and
singing about
songs.
the heroes from far who saved something Gallus Valar. It has to rhyme, right? They protected the city and they are not very shitty. There you go.
Leon's gonna put his
I
hand
mean, to
on
be
Yoga
fair,
and ask, so you're making friends?
Something of the sort. Where's Caimen? I haven't seen him in a while.
I thought he was with you.
Hmm.
I'll go check on him.
while he's
who's-
doing that,
The new guy, by the way.
he plays an instrument. It's magic.
Yeah,
I will scream over. I play multiple actually, and then could get back to the song.
And for the record, on the point of they're not very shitty. I don't know about Yoga and why am I blanking on his name?
Leon.
And Leon.
Yeah.
But like Kleeck never long rested. He's still at 3/4 of his max HP. He's still a little hurt, and now he's covered in dirt and animal blood. He looks absolutely feral right now.
Full constitution.
Where I got a twig in his feathers
Real
somewhere.
quick, me and Leon kind of like we go upstairs to check to see where Caimen is. Do we see him anywhere upstairs?
No.
All right, I wasn't sure if the Caimen not being here was a token misplaced or that was intentional. Good
no.
to know.
If you watch the logs, you'll see it.
I'm
I
gonna
saw him walk
walk
out the door.
I'm gonna walk up here and ask Brightleaf, have you seen Caimen anywhere?
There's a moment of silence, and then underneath the covers, there's a little bit of rustling, and you hear her voice respond, "No."
Okay then. Are you okay?
She kind of pulls back the covers and sits up and looks at you, and her eyes look bleary from crying, and she looks kind of like worn and haggard. Her hair not quite, a little askew. She does not look okay. She looks like healthy, like she's fine, but she doesn't respond. She just looks at you and then curls back underneath the covers.
Not okay then. Good to know.
I'm fine.
Clearly. Do you want to talk about it now or talk about it later?
She peeks out of the covers and she has sort of a curious look on her face. Later.
Okay. Anything you need, there's music and drink and some apparently incredible steak downstairs.
It does smell good.
Would you like to come down for just a moment? Yeah, I don't think I've seen you move from this bed in nearly 2 days.
Don't forget to mention it's fresh party hunted venison steak by the bird himself.
Damn it, Kleeck. Fucking walking advertisement.
For Kleeck!
Thanks. I'll come down.
Okay. Come on. And I'm just gonna kind of walk. I'm gonna walk slow. Make sure she doesn't flake out on me.
She's not going to flake out. As you get up, you can hear sounds of activity in the room, but she probably has to, get a little bit together before she comes downstairs.
Right.
So if you wait for her, give it a couple minutes, and she comes out looking a little bit refreshed.
Okay.
Thank you, Leon. Sorry.
It's no problem. Everybody needs a hand every now and again. Come on.
So yeah, the two of you head downstairs together. I'll just warp you down there.
Yep. Whoosh.
Whoosh. So the party reassembles downstairs. Yoga, you and Leon were unable to find Caimen.
That's never a good sign.
Well, I'm sure
But-
when some guards are yelling amok in the street, we'll know where he is.
Yes, just keep an eye out for
Yeah.
tentacles and demons, apparently. So,
Yeah. Kleeck is kind of concerned, looking over at Brightleaf.
I'm gonna look at Ren and say, "Were you gonna pay to stay here tonight?"
Oh, I mean, I would assume that's usually how it goes. I mean, sometimes I'm able
Didn't
to
he rent out the entire top floor already? There's enough beds.
Exactly my point.
Well, either here or sometimes I camp in the woods, but that's it's a little sad.
The woods are my favorite.
Well, that's great. Personally, I'm not a huge fan, but yeah, I get it. It has its.
He looks a little
Well,
slighted.
Rin will look at the entire group that's kind of surrounding him. So is this the crew? Is this all the heroes?
Well, we're missing Caimen, and I don't know where Lucy is or Rhea. But this
No.
is most of us.
There's also Eglore, the elf lady
yeah,
who
she
sat
ran off.
next to you, speaks up, and she's kind of monotone and a little quiet.
Yeah, Kleeck's been glancing over with a concerned expression ever since she sat down. He's excited to see her out and about, but at the same time still concerned.
She seems guarded and exhausted and weary.
Well, every
For that
great
reason,
adventuring party
he's
has
not
a
gonna
name, right?
I think that Caimen gave us a
Breezes
name.
of the Veil?
Gales of the wind?
Whales on the Pale.
Whales on the Pale.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds like that.
I don't think that's what it was. Something about a gale.
You instantly see Rin
maybe
writing in his book,
No,
and it's
whispering.
Gales on the Whale.
Whales on the Pale. Gale on the Whale. Yes. Gales on the Whale.
Every time
yeah.
you switch it, he writes it down. He's like, Gales on the Pale, Gales on the Winds on the Gale. Fuck.
Okay, out of character,
Whispers of
I
the
think
Gale.
Yogan it's Whispers of the Gale, right?
Oh, I
That-
remember. Yeah, it's Whispers of the Gale, but we're never calling it that again.
Yeah, and Yoga knows, but he's humoring the idea that you guys don't know. So
For the record, Kleeck knows too. Man's got a 15 in intelligence. He just doesn't care.
That one guy gave our group a name. I don't remember what it is.
He just
No,
does
they're-
not care enough to bother remembering.
Pales of the Whale, huh? That's a pretty good name.
Ornarin, please roll me an intelligence check as you look over the people assembled around you.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah, just raw intelligence.
Did it?
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got a natural 20, so that's cool.
Yes, you did. As you view the most recent person to join your little group, the elf woman, you feel a sort of recognition and kinship with her.
how many adventuring parties has this woman been with?
Wait.
I mean, I guess she is an elf.
She's a young elf.
Okay.
A young elf. No way. You see, like, Rin is gonna start moving. Like he sees that. He moves like how do you say? Oh shit. He's well. Actually, I can just do the thing here. He's gonna get out of his seat and move towards her.
Oh, hello.
Hi. Sorry if this is weird. What is your name?
Brightleaf.
Brightleaf. Again, GM.
You probably wouldn't know anyone by that.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll an insight check, though.
Okay. Come on, roll well. Not quite. I'm sorry.
Yep. No, that
Yeah.
sounds about right.
I'm sorry for just walking up on you like this. It's just.
It's okay. What's your name?
Oh my gosh. Ornarin, Sambra. I just go by Rin. I also go by other names, but maybe you don't need to talk about those right now. Anyway, so if
A small coy smile, which is
if I can ask. Oh, sorry.
no. Go ahead.
This might be weird. You wouldn't happen to. This is a very specific question. You wouldn't happen to be fairly. God, how do I even phrase this? Like Rin is just like he's standing there, like right in front of her,
Mhm.
just like really confused. And just, you know.
Is
Sorry.
everything okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
Party, you're seeing him be very tongue-tied suddenly in front of Brightleaf.
I'm just gonna and he sits back down at his place, and he's still like, and he just started. He's writing something in his book, but he's very
Got it.
Yoga's gonna kind of take a note of that, but kind of dismiss it. It's like, oh, now that I've got a couple of us gathered together, there was something in the swamps that I had a divination of, and I think it might be worth the time to wander about and see if I can find it.
What was it?
A sword broken into. Was it specific amount of pieces, or is it just many?
Many.
A sword broken into many pieces. I can't confirm of whether or not I am interpreting this divination correctly. But if nothing else, I figured it'd be a fun time to just walk around and explore a little. Doesn't have to find anything for it to be worthwhile.
We could stop by that zombie I trapped. See if it's still there.
A zombie? What?
Long story, but a zombie got its foot caught in a snare. Might still be there.
That is awesome.
I'm kind of like looking to see if anyone is interested, but I'm very looking at Brightleaf. It's like, Brightleaf, would you accompany me?
Sure, Yoga. Do you know where to look, or?
Nod my head no and say, unfortunately, no. So we are just kind of wandering.
Okay. I would think it would maybe be near the ruins.
We'll see.
Okay. We can do that in the morning, unless you'd like to leave tonight.
Then I'm going to look at Kleeck and Leon like, you two? Do you want to come with?
Yeah, but we should probably rest first.
Certainly.
I haven't even rested since last night.
It's quite late. Finally, Leon, do you want to come?
Sure. We've got a few days of extra time before we move on to the next town. But, should we find Lucy and Rhea first? I noticed they're not here either.
I mean, they can find their way back.
I thought they went to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
They did.
Oh.
I mean, that's not Brightleaf saying that, but yes.
I don't fully understand. What's the point of those?
You
Like,
get clean.
To not smell like a dead
you
carcass.
can do that on your own, though.
Do you not know what?
Not everyone. Not everyone, Kleeck.
Like, you don't even. I know. You guys use like the tubs. I mean, in my opinion, there's a perfectly good lake out there, but.
Speaking of tubs, Rhea and Lucy, in this moment, let us transition to that scene and continue where we left off. And we will get back to our bar scene shortly. BRB bathroom, that works for everyone. Would we like to take a short break, as it is about halfway through? We can take a 5-minute break or so. People can run to the restroom, refill their drinks. All right, we'll take a 5-minute break real quick. I'll be back, and we will continue. So,
I always love these moments where Kleeck gets to just blatantly question all aspects of human society.
What is ownership?
What?
What is stealing? What is the point of stealing? Why not just be nice and share? Why money?
What is the law? What are consequences?
What makes things more
Why
difficult?
do you bathe? I mean, Kleeck understands the idea of bathing, but the idea of a bathhouse is just like, what? Like, I mean,
Cannot wait for Kleeck to get
water.
communism.
I'm sorry, you can't wait for Kleeck to discover communism?
That's
my
gonna be
God.
I heard something about discovering communism, and I was like, is Kleeck about to get in on the economy,
please.
like, ideals arguments? Kleeck would make a great philosopher, I'm just saying.
Oh, good grief. No.
He's still learning how money works. Just, well, okay, he's got money down, but just don't introduce him to credit.
No.
Sorry for like kind of rushing through everything, like, but all because I know it's taking a while, and I just wanted you guys to be able to talk.
You're fine. Take your time.
Yeah, it's good to see.
Lord knows we take ours. It's only fair.
You got that right.
Plus, I just need to. I'm just trying to learn as much as possible in this first. Like, give me all the information. I'm vampire. What? How
Yeah.
you drink? But like what? You know, I'm like.
Oh, things.
Yeah,
Right,
so
I'm gonna be right back. Grab a drink. But
Oh,
yes,
did Bryn take a bath?
Kleeck-
Did a break as well?
Kleeck is naive. We're taking like a 5-10 minute break for everyone.
Okay.
Anyway, Kleeck is naive, short bird man. That's all you need
Yes.
to know. Except that
he
he's
is.
really good with his bow, and he will show it off.
my
Challenge him, I
character's
dare you.
a noble
Yoga.
vampire. Like the boat that they're on is actually my character's boat.
Oh.
So that's pretty much what I use for transportation for the party. And no one knows that they're a vampire.
Yet somebody's about to find out the hard way.
Somebody probably will. They haven't already guessed it. But yeah, it's also like a secret thing, so like, you know, no one's supposed to know.
Yeah. How do these voices come through, by the way? Do they come out clean, or are they a little jittery?
Voices?
Yeah. Do y'all hear that?
No.
No.
Y'all don't hear the changer coming through?
No, I
No,
do
no.
not.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
The changer is either so minimalistic I didn't hear, or it's not working.
No, I think it's not working. I have to run it through Discord again.
So, Yoga, by the way, is a divination wizard.
I'm back.
You kind of see me take some. He has a thing with destiny, and I kind of use the divination as an excuse for some inside knowledge, but I mitigate this to not be like, you know, I don't pretend to just suddenly know Lucy's secret because I know that out of the game, but that's why Yoga immediately takes interest in you. He uses the
He's
divination.
a nerd!
Okay, so how do you guys feel about if, like, we were to go the route of, say, if Lucy were to try to seduce Rhea?
I thought we were already there, honestly. Because we were right there at that point.
That's up to Bren.
Yeah.
Ren's fine with it. Like, it would do like a fade to black thing if it gets to that point.
Yeah,
But,
that's
like,
that's
what I
all the server rules say. If it gets serious, which just generally stay away from anything graphic.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'd pretty much be like, you know, just try to seduce her. I wouldn't really go in detail with it. I
Yeah.
was just wondering if you guys would be okay with that.
Yeah.
As well.
Good on
Yeah.
you for actually getting approval of everyone and asking if everyone's comfortable.
Yep.
Her Rhea's
Big respect.
boyfriend is gone now, so yeah, she's free. Hey, that's how it is.
Were they actually
One
like a
love.
thing?
I think there was jokes
kinda.
about it,
They were.
but I don't
They were.
think.
From what I understand, they were going to be. They weren't there yet, but they were going to be.
I mean, I think it was a possibility.
Oh wait! I think I know why it's not working.
If you want to know a secret, some of her favorite blood is halfling blood. Halfling and elves.
Oh boy! You have a favorite flavor, huh?
Uh-oh.
Yes. Particularly anything exotic, really.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
That's kind of bad because this entire party is. Let's see. We have an elf, a new exotic kind of half elf, a halfling, and then we have 3 exotic races with a scourge Aasimar, a turtle, and a bird person.
Who's the Aasimar?
Bird
The
person.
Aasimar is the one with the mask, which
Wait,
we don't know he's obviously an Aasimar, but I know what the scourge Aasimar
I'm gonna-
ability is because I
I'm gonna
played
be
one.
back. Actually, I might actually take a bit.
No. All right.
And your voice changer is working now, Leon.
Yes.
We can't understand you at all.
Ooh, jeez.
Whoa.
I almost spilled my drink. Overlords have arrived. My God.
Yeah.
Ooh, music. So, just a
Man,
voice changer.
I wish my freaking computer can run voice mod, but no, it's not compatible with Mac. Nothing's compatible with Mac.
There's a couple of them that are free. You just have to.
Yeah, but they
download them.
suck.
That is also true.
Are you messing with
Voice
voice
one.
changer for a character thing, or is this what are you doing?
Yes, something I'm working out. For
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine he's trying to get that muffle
why.
effect of the mask.
Yeah, that, but I haven't found one like that yet.
Is it still making the sound now?
Nope.
You're good.
No, it stopped right there. Yeah.
Means my buttons work. Nice.
Nice. Awesome. All right. So we have returned all except for Riley, who has said that they will be back in a little while, maybe. So we're actually just going to go back to the tavern scene and continue there. So my apologies for moving away. We will go back to the boat scene when Riley returns, and we have a good segue. So, pray, continue.
After
I'm-
asking, I'm probably Yoga's gonna announce that he's gonna go to bed. He originally was gonna go to bed, and then he was brought to wake. So he's just gonna head on to bed. Huzzah!
Rin's gonna look at our tiny bird friend here.
He looks back.
All right. Now, I know I wasn't really invited, but right, don't you think? Okay, I feel like every party needs a little, how about we
Blink,
call
blink.
it bardic inspiration? Okay, So
Man,
I'm
you
thinking,
do this
and
after
look-
Yoga leaves? Dang.
My tribe used to have songs. They were all right.
Exactly, right? So in this little excursion you're going on tomorrow, I'm just looking to, honestly, the reason I'm out here is, to play music and get my name out there or whatever, but I want to do shit, I want to get I want to make something that someone will remember. So,
Well, we're
I wanna go on
planning to
adventures
travel
and-
a lot. And,
that's
we're
what I do.
planning to go to every major city in this half of Aelin Miley and then help them with their problems. So if you want to get your name out there, that'll work, I think. I mean, we already got our name in this town.
Right. And,
Pails of Wales?
Pails of Wales. The song, the lyrics is already coming to me,
Yoga's not there,
So-
but it's probably up to that Caimen dude. Am I right, guys?
I'm thinking, all right, on your little excursion to the swamplands tomorrow, all right? If you need a little extra help, just
I mean, you
consider
can come
me.
along if you want. I don't really
Great.
care either way. I mean, I have to ask Caimen. He's going to do the little air quotes captain, I think.
Whoa, all right.
And again, Lucy also usually tries to be captain. They're both. Well, he was never a captain, but he tried to be captain. Lucy is the actual captain of a ship.
I'm starting to think they
I
do.
don't even understand the argument here. They're always bickering.
You should just be the captain, honestly.
What?
It's decided. Kleeck's the new captain.
What?
Clink, that would be a wonderful idea. You would make a great captain.
See?
Scared and flustered Kleeck.
I mean, think about it. You're what? Compassionate, funny. That's all you need. You got it.
I'm also not known for being reliable and I'm known for wandering around a lot and doing my own thing. And if I had to drag a bunch of other people after me, I don't know what I'd do. I'm not very good at sticking to orders, much less making them.
Captainhood is, you kind of learn it on the job anyway. So,
Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
I mean, you can
DM
choose to
should
fail it. If it's persuasion against insight, Kleeck, you can just
No.
choose to fail whatever he would have rolled.
I want to see how much he rolls here.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm a bard, so my charisma stats they're all right.
I know.
Oh, but I rolled horribly.
Ooh, the 16
That's
is fine.
enough. That's enough, though. My self-declared DC was 10, and he's like, you know what? Okay. Yeah. Wait. What about Caimen and Lucy?
They're great and all, but they.
You're gonna have to
What
argue
are-
with them, though.
Where
Especially
are they?
Caimen. He doesn't like his authority being subjugated. He was really angry every time I wandered off or did something that he
He
didn't want
really
me to.
doesn't like that.
I think we kind of got to be friends, though, right? I mean, I did almost leave him to die at one time, but like I've saved him a bunch since then, and like helped a lot and done my best to get on his good side.
Caimen is a hard man, but I think a good one in some ways.
I mean, he did give me these bracers, and I'm gonna look down at the. I'm assuming pretty well crafted leather bracers I'm wearing from that one store he robbed.
Oh
That
yeah,
I'm still a little dubious about the origins of, but I mean they're good for archery, so.
repossessed
Those are very
goods.
nice. Great.
City was run by thieves anyway, right? Definitely not founded by innocent refugees.
What?
Hey,
Some
Yoga
character.
committed a crime. I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, Caimen and Rhea committed that crime, okay? Eglore helped.
Why you shouldn't talk about this in front of people we just met.
Out of character.
Nope.
Kleeck talking ended at Kleeck got me these bracers. Or not, Kleeck came and got me the bracers. And then he just kind of looked at him.
I mean,
He did not go on a rant about the party robbing, going on a chain serial robbing overnight.
well, regardless, I think I need to get some sleep. We're gonna go on an adventure tomorrow.
I had this adventure
pleasure.
yesterday, and I haven't slept since then.
You probably should then. You're gonna get exhausted. If we're gonna do something tomorrow, definitely. But
Okay.
What? Oh, was that all? Why did you sleep before if it was that easy to convince you to sleep?
Well, last night we were busy fighting a crazy, like, blood-spitting vampire thing until the sun rose, and then we rested a little while. I didn't sleep though, and then I went out to learn how to work with leather. I learned a lot, but I made a fool of myself. And then I came back for a little while. I talked to the party. We got a bunch of gold. And then I went out hunting and setting traps. I need to check those in the morning. And I came back here, and I was selling my meats. And then I met you, and we were talking, and here we are.
Kleeck with the stream of consciousness play-by-play.
Wow, very eventful, I must say.
Yeah. The crazy vampire thing jumped on me when I was really high in the air. It was really scary.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long 2 days. 2! Oh, wait, you slept. Or you kind
A
of sleep.
hero's
You don't
work
really sleep.
is never easy.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been a full 2 days since, like, the killing that thing literally happened this morning.
And it's now that night, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like we
Well,
slept
Rin doesn't
since
know
then.
that.
Oh, wait, no, didn't we take a long rest in the dungeon?
Yeah, and then we left and went out, and that's when all this happened. So it hasn't even been 2 days.
Okay, yeah, I forgot we rested in the dungeon. It's still been 2 days since we've slept outside of a stone crypt.
It's been about 40 hours since you left this building to go there in the morning.
Yeah. Either way, it's been a long 2 days.
Well, I think you two should get some sleep then. And
Yeah. I usually sleep outside, somewhere up high.
oh well, I mean, yeah, that makes sense if that's what you're most comfortable with it. You do you. I mean, who am I to say anything about that? I've slept in some weird places, but mostly out of necessity. Not as funny. Anyway, gonna go get a room. So
There's a bunch of rooms
Thank
on the
you.
top floor. We own them all. Or we rented them all. Rented?
We
paid for
have
them.
Yeah.
every single one.
Yeah. Caimen likes to do that. We might even have the second floor ones. Do we have the second floor ones? I think we have the second floor ones too.
I don't think so.
I don't
So
remember.
should I pay you if I wanted a room, or
No.
No?
should I just sleep in the woods?
You're joining us. You're here.
Oh,
Keep it.
Thank you. Oh, okay. Well,
I
So,
think
is
I
there-
will go for a bit of a walk tonight. I've been in that room enough. Rin, it was a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Leon,
too.
Kleeck, thank you for talking to me. I will see you in the morning.
No problem.
So she goes off into the night to go. So she's just going to walk along the pier. If anyone's following her,
Yes.
let me know.
That is survival.
Okay, you're able to track her pretty well. Do you want her to not see you? Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to tail behind and not disturb.
Okay.
Out in the night sky, the blackbird follows.
Are you flying?
Yes.
Snooping. He's a snooping.
Concerned Borb.
She doesn't appear to see you at any point. She just heads along the pier until eventually, let's see, until she reaches the woods of Darkhill on the eastern edge of the city. And she goes and takes off, unlaces her boots, and lets her feet sit in the water, sitting at the water's edge in a little, marshy area just outside the city. And that's about it.
If I
Eventually,
can,
she'll be out there like all night, and then in the morning she'll start to.
if I can land some ways off and approach, I will attempt to do that. But I will let Riley do her thing.
All right, are you back now?
Yeah.
Very good then. All right, so let's segue real quick. We have Rin saying that he chat with some of the other people and then eventually go to sleep. So Rin, I have opened a room for you on the second. You're not staying with the party unless you accept their invitation to go and sleep in the rooms that they have offered you. There's definitely enough beds, right? But you have a room offered to you as well, according to the Shirley, the bartender woman who runs the Sweetwater Inn. That was part of the deal: rooms and food for playing for the night because of the business it would bring. So you have a room given to you. You don't have to pay for it, as well as the food, which was delicious. Let's just be real. But yeah, you can pick any of the beds. You can steal the coverage from one to the other. The whole room is yours. So the three
Definitely does
beds.
that.
Yep, absolutely. Builds a little pillow fort. Very cool. So yeah, the beds are comfy. They're comfier than the beds that you've been sleeping in for the last little while. Since most of it has been, the ground underneath a bush. Or maybe
How
in a
dare
hayloft
you
in a
diss
barn
those
somewhere.
bushes.
On the road, it's harder to find places to play music for people. So. Leon, he may still be AFK. He said he'll be back in a few family emergencies, so I'm just going to assume for the moment that with everyone else having gone to sleep, that I will send Leon to his bed. Hey, there's nothing wrong with the bush for having people sleep under it. It's just not as comfortable as a comfy mattress. I mean,
The bush is as comfortable as any bed.
hey, not for everyone.
I disagree.
Not for everyone. All right. So, Lucy, after you said we need to talk, will you come in to Rhea? She maybe a little more sober now after watching you just guzzle down a pint of blood. But she glances to the left and to the right and steps inside and closes the door behind her. And while she looks wary, she's not holding any weapons or anything, but she keeps a solid, 5-foot span between you two as she kind of steps into the space. And now the door is closed. And what do you want to talk about, Lucy?
Lucy's gonna kind of clean up the little bit of blood, from the edges of her mouth. And then she's also gonna quickly put the packet of blood or whatever the hell it is back into the fridge chest thing, close it.
Mhm.
And she's gonna go and sit on the bed.
There was more in there, wasn't there?
It's a special red wine that's really expensive that I really, really, really wanted.
Roll deception.
24.
Wow, that's really well done.
Yoga's insight could beat that. Very, I mean, if I got really lucky.
There's literally there's no way that she would have been able to see through that. Hey, some wine then. Can I have some?
It's a little more than just special alcohol. It also has some nutrients and vitamins and things. It's really expensive to make. That's why when I was hungry, I really wanted to come here.
Oh, come on, Liz. You can share with me. She reaches for her flask, opens it, looks inside, lifts it up to her lips, and last couple gulps, and see, I'm all out now. And she holds it upside down, and not a drop falls out. Besides, my family knows wine. We know all sorts of different liquors. You got what's the reserve? What year is it? Come on.
Do you know how expensive this is?
No, you haven't told me what it is yet.
Well, I don't really know the exact name because it's stuff that my parents get. But I do know
you're a
that
rich girl, I forget.
a single bag of it, because it comes in little bags when they make it, it's easier to store it that way. It costs 500 gold a bag.
Alright, so how much of this is lies, right? And how much of it is stuff that you know to be true?
Well, it being in a bag
Yeah.
isn't a lie. It does come from the family. The
Yes.
lies is going to be that it's alcohol, that it's expensive.
That's fair. That's kind of fair. Okay, just in general, for there being lies, that right there, roll another deception check. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On par, damn.
Damn.
Come on, I would know of a wine that expensive. Not even our wine's 500 for, what was that, a pint bag? And
I honestly don't know how expensive it is, but it's from my family, so.
So the Coventress, you have vineyards. I didn't know that. I know most of the competition. So when did that start? It can't be that good if it's new. New stuff tastes like crap unless you make it right.
Well, I wasn't
Come on,
here
I'm
to
starting to
talk
dry
about.
out here.
I wasn't here to talk about alcohol.
Oh, I mean, you said you needed to talk. I guess I kind of figured. Well, what did you want to talk about?
She's gonna kind of sit there for a minute and just kind of blush and just stay silent. I got a question for you.
All right.
Are you single by chance?
Well, oh. Oh, what the? I mean, yeah. Was that what that bite was about earlier?
Trying to like kind of scratch her head, just like give like the cheeky kind of smell, and just like close her eyes, kind of thing, blushing. I just want to say I like you.
She kind of blinks and I mean, I like you too, Lucy. But I mean, as much as you bought me a drink already, we kind of just met like a few days ago. And she kind of grins back. I mean, it's not that I don't like you. I mean, and I guess it's only the least bit insulting you would think I'm single, but unfortunately, you're right. I mean, a little bit of a squeak. Why are you asking?
She's gonna go and just give on some compliments or whatever, and I guess try to seduce her.
Spitfire.
Do you actually want me to go and like say stuff?
I mean, you can, or you can just roll persuasion or
Yeah,
deception as you wish. How honest are you being with your compliments?
I mean, she does like food. So, I mean, she does like everybody. It's not like she doesn't. So, persuasion.
That's fine. You're pretty persuasive, considering things. That being said, for all that, you're not hungry anymore, Lucy. At least not in that hungry way. But in this smaller enclosed space with the slightly blushing, slightly breathing heavily, definitely sweaty from alcohol consumption, and you get the liquor sweats. That intoxicating aroma has filled the room once more, and it's not quite the same like hunger, but it is that. So go ahead and roll a wisdom save. That'll do it. You're able to hold it off, but for you at least, it's curious that you just gorged yourself, and there's still something about this smell that's making you appetized, I suppose is the correct word. But yeah, you also you managed to with your compliments persuade her, and the blushing only deepens to a point where her face is about as red as her hair, which is red as the you just finished wiping off your face, which is as pale as the snow that Snow White is named after. You get where I'm going with this. So yeah, you have successfully gotten her to realize that you have some measure of feelings. Lucy, I didn't know that at all. I mean, is he wanted me to come back to your boat for? I mean, you wanted to drink some special wine with me or something?
How could I play that off? Anyone have any ideas?
I have so many, but I'm gonna shut up.
I'm
I feel
unfortunately.
like if you just keep saying yes, it'll just get worse. But that'll just be more entertaining, I'll get it.
That's not bad advice at all.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. I mean, all right. Should I? You have glasses that you put them in, or?
I had something a little more in mind.
Oh, like what?
She's gonna like go up next to her and just kind of like caress her face. I don't know.
And
However those
after,
things work.
no, you're. However, those things work. Her eyes go wide, and she looks into yours, and kind of like, oh, um, oh, oh, okay. And we can call it there, unless you have any particular other things that you want to say.
Nope, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. And do you head back to your rooms before morning, or are you staying on the boat overnight?
Whatever Rhea suggests.
She will afterwards fall asleep and
Boat or
take up a lot of space in the bed and snore a little loudly, but not in like an obtrusive way. It's like one of those metronomes, one of those ocean noises, background white noise things.
I guess they just cuddle and sleep.
There you are.
That's adorable.
You have effectively stolen the person that Caimen was interested in too. There you go.
Sweet.
Many things changed today.
And now we're slowly gonna win over our little like snack and then have food forever.
Little snack. Excellent.
Oh my.
Riley's just taken everything from Caimen. This is why he left.
Ouch. So in the morning, oh no, wait, Kleeck, you were approaching Brightleaf as she was at night hanging out at water's edge. Do you sneak up on her, or do you just approach like calmly? And you've also muted yourself so that you didn't screech, so I can't hear you.
Yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to sneak up, but I'm trying to be relatively quiet and like unintrusive.
Okay.
He is nervous and concerned for Brightleaf.
Without sneaking, her passive wouldn't notice you, and so once you get close enough, she doesn't turn, but she says, "Hi, Kleeck."
Hey.
She turns around and she looks kind of weary still, but not quite as bad as before. The bags under her eyes, the tousled hair, she looks a little more put together, a little more at ease. Just kind of
Kleeck is the
dangles her
picture of
feet in the water.
anxiety right now.
She raises an eyebrow as you stand there awkwardly. Did you want to come over here?
Yeah, but I don't want to bother you, and I don't want to be intrusive, but like, I'm concerned. I don't get many friends.
It's okay, Kleeck. I've never come that close to dying before, and it's a little hard. She kind of stares off into space for a second after saying that, and then refocuses on you.
I understand. I'm just imagining Vietnam flashbacks to the arena right now.
Come on, Brightleaf. Yoga died. He didn't deal with it like this. Okay.
And that's fair.
That arena really hit me hard.
I should be okay tomorrow. I just need some time.
That's understandable. But don't rush yourself, okay?
And she kind of smiles at you a little, not sadly, but like, that same weariness. And she's like, I won't. Thank you, Kleeck.
It's okay to not be okay. That's one of the few things I really retained from my old family before I left the tribe.
Oddly enough, at saying that, she frowns and kind of looks away a little, mutters something under her breath. Perception check if you want to hear it.
Yes. Please roll. Please.
With that, you actually got it, and you will hear her say, not for everyone.
What's your story? I've shared a lot about mine, and I'm really open about it. And I know sometimes I overshare a little bit, but you've never really told me yours.
And she looks
And
back.
I'm a little
The
curious.
anger's faded. I don't tell anyone. Why would anyone need to know? I pull my weight. I don't ask questions. People are interesting, but there's a lot to see in the world, and focusing on the wrong things, you might miss it.
I don't think it's so much that I need to know as much as I just want to. Assuming you want to tell. Or
I come from a hidden village. It's far north of here.
oh,
I left because I wanted to see the world, and I knew that if I didn't, I never would. And there's so much to see. I met yoga. I've met other good and bad people. That's all I wanted. That's why I left. Isn't that why you left?
yeah. Although, if I may be honest, before I ever left, I had seen the world, and even after leaving, I saw it a couple more times. But I never, until recently, experienced it.
Yeah.
A bird's eye view is not. It doesn't reveal all. I've learned more in the past week than I have the rest of my 5 years of life.
Sometimes I forget how young you are. But I'm young too. Just not 5 years old young.
Well, I mean, some of the elders are as old as 30. Last I remember.
She actually straight up full-throated laughs at that, which is something no one has ever heard before in this group. And just is like, after laughing for probably a good 10 seconds, she just, Kleeck, 30 years. I really forget, but that is a long time, isn't it?
Yeah. I suppose it's a little easier to appreciate the meaning in each single year when your lifespan only goes out such a short time. I know.
Quickly fades as you say that, and she's listening.
I know the all of you that live down here live a lot longer. I don't know how long. I'm still very oblivious to a lot of things, but I know I'm oblivious. I'm trying to learn.
I have always
maybe-
thought it a peculiarity that human and halfling women are upset when people discuss their age. Have you found that to be true as well?
I don't believe I've ever experienced one getting upset over it. I've never really talked about it.
Well, Kleeck, I am 113 years old.
His eyes are as wide as they could be. What? How?
And amongst my people, I am barely considered an adult.
We're considered an adult at 3.
How do you make decisions at 3?
Well, it's more like we're fully grown by 3, and since they teach us whenever we're young, we all know all the survival skills. But once we're adults, they usually work on teaching more of the intricacies of decision making for the tribe and stuff. Because then you get to help with the adult decisions. I left when I was 2, though.
I know that goblins age quickly, but they do not have the same level of culture, usually, or morality, or manners, or civilization. It's surprising to find a short-lived species that even attempts at such.
One thing I can tell you about the Arakakra. One Arakakra is short-lived, but the tribes are close, and the tribes persist for a very long time. We have stories from very long ago, and one thing I will say from seeing the people on land,
I am back.
they don't like to
Welcome
change
back.
their ways so quickly. Arakakra, they're open to change, to freedom, to seeing new things and new ideas. Humans, and especially even some of the longer lived races, some of their elders, they can be stubborn and they don't like to change. And in
She has
the Arakakra grow culture.
She has a very hard smile on her face as she listens. It's a sarcastic smile. Yes, I know about stubborn elders.
I think I have an idea that you really do. It sounds like they were strict, which I've heard that elves are a little more open to freedom than most. What made them so strict? Do you know?
Well, I did say that my village is a hidden village.
They wanted it to stay that way, huh?
No one comes or goes without the Queen's approval.
Never goes anywhere?
Into or out of our lands.
How big were the lands?
I'm sure if you've flown over the continent, you have seen the Green Mountain and the White Lands. You know not to fly too close or land there. Roll a
I'm
history
assuming
check.
that ring. Should I assume that rings some? Oh, right. Or history check for that.
With that, you would remember that there is in fact a mountain far to the north that your tribe is told to not get within like 1,000 feet of. And the surrounding like hills and valleys with their extremely lush, verdant tree growth. It is not a place that your tribe goes. They have rules about not going there. It's one of those things that they kind of just have adopted a migration pattern that goes around these lands.
I remember that. So odd. I always thought it was odd that it looked so nice, but we never went anywhere near it.
Yes, you would sprout more feathers if you did.
Wait. Oh! Like, touch my quiver.
Yes.
Oh. Wait. I remember one of the few things. Whenever we're young, we don't learn a lot of the long-term history of the tribe. They focus more on teaching us to, pull our weight and survive. But I've heard some of the adult conversations, and also one of the few things they teach us, part of the survival stuff, is, well, what I do. My archery with the magic. I heard something about it being related back to elves, I think, whenever it was first taught to us and passed down. Huh. I don't know if it could be related to that village at all, but it's an interesting link.
There are certainly many fine archers in the village, but I'm not aware of the story that you speak of.
All I know is that it came from some elves somewhere, I think. I couldn't tell you where or when, except that it was a long time ago. And again, a long time in my years is not, well, very little to you.
Well, perhaps we can see about finding out what that is. If we ever visit my home, I know a person to ask.
Did any of your archers do things similar to me?
I have seen it. That there are a great many bowyers and archers in the village, but nothing quite like what you've done. Perhaps similar, but different.
Well, I'll pursue any leads or anything. I've always been kind of, well, you know me to be curious about everything.
She reaches over her shoulder, kind of traces
record,
a hand along the
I do
longbow
wanna
that you
mention-
made for her, and is like, "You're very resourceful too."
I'm still carrying a third of a deer minus all the meat right now. So yeah. And for the record, I did move to sit down on the edge of the lake as well. I don't believe I mentioned that. I moved.
No,
I did that.
that's
at some
perfect.
point.
That's totally fine. I kind of hoped and expected at some point maybe, but yeah, it's great.
I try my best. I've had to live on that resourcefulness for a few years.
Yes, I can see that.
I'm still ragged. I never bathed. Oh, what a sight Kleeck is.
Well, we are on the lakefront. I know that you
maybe I
don't
should
need a
wash these
bath.
pigs out.
You don't need a bathtub to have a bath.
I've never used one before. Why start now? And he's gonna dunk his head in and just do a quick rinse off. Get some of the mud and blood.
Brightleaf watches you silently with a bemused. Wash yourself of blood and dirt and other creatures' blood and mud and probably some animal guts and excrement, maybe. Yeah, there you go, poop. We got it. Thank you, Leon.
I will do my best not to splash.
Yeah, exactly.
As I wash myself and my clothes all at once.
Excellent. So before too long, you're cleaner, and you and Brightleaf are just kind of hanging out, and she kind of just starts meditating there at water's edge and is quiet for a time. You get the sense that she's kind of just having her own little moment of decompression out here. So you can continue to hang out with her, but she's not really going to be responsible for a while.
Yeah.
She's going to be kind of vibing. So
that's what I'm doing at this point.
Cool.
Nice, wholesome talk. I'm sitting
Very
on the water's edge. And at some
Very
point,
good,
probably passing
Alright,
out
so
on the ground. Which
with this,
he does not sleep on the ground often.
No, he doesn't. With
There
this,
is meaning.
I am going to pass through the long rest. So overnight, I guess, Yoga, roll your divination rolls. because you would... Oh, 3 and a 14. Very good.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
So as you dream that night, Yoga, a vision comes to you. You see the man in black robes with the blindfold on that you had seen in the dream before. You see him walking towards you out of a foggy marshland. And as he steps out of the fog and it starts to dissipate and recede into the tree line and then out of sight, you see him reach up and take off his blindfold. And it is the face of the necromancer, Sterling, that you met earlier. And he turns back and looks into the fog and then turns forward and begins walking and walks off into the distance. There's a flash and a shift, and the world around you fades and twists and reforms. You see a shadowy figure, and this one kind of is a throwback to the day that you were in the Golgotha prison and you were broken free by the shadowy figure who opened your door. And you see him speaking with a man with fire for eyes, and the two of them seem to be conversing in like a dark shadowed corner, just an alleyway, and they seem to exchange something between hands, and the shadowy figure man walks to the side and disappears. And the man with fire for eyes looks at you in the dream, smiles, waves, turns, and disappears as well. The scene once again shifts and twists, reality reforming around you within the dreamscape. And suddenly, you are standing on the small sandbar of your master's small fog-bound island. And you see him sitting under the apple tree, and he looks to you with his hooded eyes with the deep bags under them, and his face looks oddly grim. He reaches out to you and kind of beckons you closer. What do you do?
Mute. I come closer.
Okay. As you come closer, he reaches out to you with his clawed hand, this large mammalian furbolg creature clad in tree bark and leaves and foliage. And though it's a dream, you feel his claw tap onto your shoulder, and then with his other hand, he waves his staff and reaches it very far with his long arms with the length of the staff and taps it on the surface of the water at the edge of his sandbar. And as you glance over, you can see, after the ripples cross along the surface of the water, you see a vision of the same sword that you saw in a dream before, this time full and reformed. There is an icon on, and it within the space of this this 3D vision floating on in this illusion in the surface of the water, the blade slowly turns, and you can see all the different features of it. It seems to be a short sword, not particularly long, not particularly thick or wide. It has edges on both sides, so it's a dual-edged blade, not a dual-bladed blade. So it's just a short sword. But there seemed to be some sort of strange filigree running up the inside of the blade along the fullers and then reaching out to the tip. And you can see that there is a large onyx gemstone set into the pommel. And as it twists, and you get to see it with a little bit more clarity. You see engraved into the onyx the same symbol as before, a fanged skull with a bat-winged spider in the left eye socket. And as you see that, the vision fades on the water's surface, and your master turns back to you and looks at you very intently.
And he's waiting for me to respond with something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first, to clarify for Yoga, because I'm not sure if Gabe realizes, you said the blindfolded man was Sterling?
Yes, it's I'll ping it on the map. It's this guy.
Hold on, I'm not zoomed out enough. Right, okay. It's that guy.
Yep.
Okay. So Yoga's gonna kind of shut his eyes for a moment and think about, kind of rerun the visions through his head. And then he's going to say, I think I will convince the rest of the party to stay a day or two. Looks like we have some unfinished business.
He kind of, his eyes narrow and peers at you, and he shakes his head slowly. And with his free hand that isn't holding the staff, he reaches into the foliage and bark and stuff surrounding his body as it is seated at the base of the tree, and pulls out a rather thick leather-bound tome with... What languages do you know?
Let's see. I know. Aquan, Celestial, Common.
Celestial. Nope. Okay, so you can't understand the runes and symbols on this book, but as he opens it up, you see him with the one finger from the hand that's holding the staff. He flips the pages and then just turn, and then as he becomes satisfied, turns the book to you, and it is an image of the blade that you saw in the vision. And underneath is a series of glyphs.
And kind of reach my hand out and kind of touch the page.
Go ahead and roll. Well, no, you try to touch the page. How fast are you reaching for it?
A very kind of slow. It's not like I'm grabbing at it.
He will start to pull it away as you reach for it. There's perhaps the feeling that you shouldn't touch the book.
Okay.
He, after you get a good look at it, and puts it back in wherever it was that he was keeping it, and reaches the staff over to the water again and taps the surface. And as actually no. Yeah, no, he taps the surface, and at first you don't see anything. And he gestures for you to move closer.
And I do.
And as you're standing over the source of ripple water's edge, you feel a sudden shove against the shell on your back, and you go face first into the water. And as the water splashes up around you, you are granted another vision as you dive into the vision that he created. And in this one, you see a parched and barren field with a pathway leading through it, trees blackened, scorched, cracked, dying on all sides, where they haven't been completely marched over under the brush. Though you float maybe 20 feet up in the sky, beneath you is a horde of undead. Zombies, skeletons, larger abominations and creatures, and stitched together monstrosities out of the worst nightmares of your imagination, marching in tune as a great black carriage trundles through the middle of it, drawn by 16 undead horses. And as you float above this, you see that in the distance, in this darkened land filled with undeath, there is a light rising in the east. And as you watch this vision unfold before you, this breaking light takes the form of warriors in blazing armor, and they crash into the ranks of the undead all around them, cutting through them with abandon. And as they fall bit by bit, some of them dragged underneath by claw and fang and bone and blood, the rest do manage to make it to the carriage. And it is there that, in the last moments before the vision fades, you see a man with a blindfold and angel wings and blazing armor with a glowing sun on the front of it burst out, leading his troops forward through the hordes, and a counterforce leaving the carriage, a dark, shadowy figure stepping free, its size towering over the undead around it. You see ghosts, banshees, wights all rise up around this great dark creature, and with the creak of leather and centuries-old steel, this shape, shing, pulls a sword out of its sheath, and you can see that it is in fact the same sword from the vision. You see on that very same hand the ring that Caimen is wearing. You see a crown on the creature's head, pulsing black energy and seeming to feed the shadows that surround the undead creatures around him. But those shadows start to turn stark, black and white, as the intensity of the winged angel creature, man, armored, whatever the hell it is, flies to meet him. And in a clash of their two swords, everything goes white, and you wake up.
I've wrote down so much of that.
And as you wake up, you hear in your mind only the sound of pieces of steel falling to the ground. Ting, 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 ting. And that's the dream. And everyone, you can be awake now. Brightleaf, as first dawn comes out, will head back to the tavern, probably Kleeck with her. Rhea at some point will wake up and be like, hey Lucy, we should get back. They might be worried about us.
Before like they actually like get up or anything, actually check this. Okay, so the servant, could they go get some alcohol?
Yes. They would have to steal it, I think.
Would there be any on the ship anywhere?
You would probably have alcohol on the ship.
Okay, well then they would go and get probably alcohol.
Oh, nice. So you can give her some alcohol when she wakes up?
Yep.
Excellent. She will as she wakes up. Ah, Lucy, you're a doll. Thank you.
I was about to say only Rhea would accept alcohol right after waking up.
Well, maybe we don't need to go back right away.
What do you mean?
I guess I should roll persuasion.
Now remember, you can choose to fail this.
That's true.
What's the persuasion?
13. Oh, the persuasion is to go back to sleep. So
what do you roll in contest to that?
Oh, I mean, I guess it's insight to know what they mean, and if they, I mean, persuasion, insight. Yeah, it would be insight. It would be insight.
I personally never got how you could roll a
One could even
roll
argue.
against a persuasion again.
Yeah, persuasion is meant to just be a DC check. You could argue for a wisdom save.
Yeah,
for strength
if
of
you
will.
want to, if you want to resist it, do a wisdom save, I guess, because that does make sense. That it's not necessarily opposed in the same way that deception and insight are.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll this and then determine.
Okay, well,
we're gonna fail it.
You're gonna fail it. Okay, so a little while later, after some drinking and other stuff, Rhea and Lucy do emerge from the cabin, perhaps a little tired. But maybe not. I'm not sure how that works. Let's just travel along. And so you do head back, the two of you, to the Sweetwater Inn, and everyone in the morning meets up. I will move all the people out of here too, because most of them would be gone in the morning. Boop, go back to your jobs, people.
But the music is so nice.
Lucy, I'm just going to grab you and Ray and move you. Oops. I don't want to grab that.
They both smell like rose now.
Oh, yes. No, it's they both smell like roses now. So everyone can be awake now. That's Ornerin, Yoga, Leon, Kleeck. You would have also come back at this point with Brightleaf. So everyone
I sent a message for my headcanon of Brightleaf waking him up.
We would also have locked up the ship and everything too.
Oh yeah, of course. You would have had to have done that because Rhea is a little now and doesn't know ship security.
Yep. So we did that before we left.
Brightleaf, upon coming in, and is speaking with Shirley. So you haven't seen him? No, darling, I did see him. He spoke with that one over there, and then headed out the front door, and I haven't seen him since. Okay,
Wait,
well...
what?
Caimen left.
Oh god, I actually am the leader.
What?
Where'd he go?
Look, as I was just telling your friend, he left. It was sometime yesterday afternoon. I guess I expected him to come back, but it was so busy last night. If he's missing, I don't know. Wasn't there another sort of fiery looking fella with you?
That's one way to put it.
I don't know where he went. We haven't seen him since yesterday morning.
Yoga's gonna kind of step down and say,
I don't know why Caimen left.
Unfortunately, I knew something was amiss once I saw that traveler. When one person comes in, another person usually leaves. I'm afraid that might be what's happening.
Is that the way of it then, Yoga? It's just someone out, someone in?
It's not for me to decide, but seems that is the pattern that has followed today.
Well, I guess we were just holding him up, huh? Or maybe he got word of his captain or something. You know, he's always going off about him and stuff.
Yeah, but I thought he'd at least tell us.
We should go find the scruffy bearded man, because he would probably say something. As much of a foul-smelling sea dog as he is, he does still care.
Milady, Hey, you wouldn't happen to be Lucy Coventry, would you? Says Shirley, the barmaid.
Who's asking?
Well, it's just the same man that you were talking about. He did ask me to give this to you, and she places a sending stone.
Then Rhea will go up and be like, yes, that's me. And
That means he
Stuff.
chose to leave then, doesn't it? It's one of those magic stones, ain't it?
I don't claim to know what it is that you're up to, but you saved the city and you've been great patrons, so I can only thank you. I'll leave you to it. And she goes back to taking care of the other patrons.
so what's
Are
a
here.
sending stone?
A sending stone is a stone that is part of a pair, so they always come in twos. And if you're holding one, you can use the sending spell to send a message and then receive a message immediately after to someone holding the other stone.
Okay.
This particular stone, you wouldn't know anything about.
So as far as I know, it's just a stone, or do I actually know?
You
what
would probably know about sending stones. I would assume with your background that you would know about them. I guess for the sake of it, though, roll an intelligence check to see if you know about it. Yeah, you know about these.
Kleeck, did you sleep out there?
Yeah.
Oh, that was out of character. I was just curious because I wouldn't have really known where you were.
Yeah.
Is that the one where it's like 25 words or whatever?
Yes. I hope you send new phone. Who dis?
We're just gonna
New,
immediately go.
new stone, who dis?
So do you like just talk, or like do you think the words? Like how does that work?
You think them. You send them magically using your mind because it is a magical ability.
We're going to magically yell and be like, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna yell.
Say you stole
People
his
in
girl.
house. Like, this is Lucy. This is Lucy. Does Caimen have the other rock? If so, where the hell did you go? It's 15, 16, 17. $19, $20, $21, $22, $23. That's
I really hope that bard plays again today. Oh, me too.
like
Yeah, he
You-
said his internet messed up, but what happened?
gonna be like
The
you
bard
could
is asleep.
Say goodbye. We miss you, and then I think that's 25.
Okay. After a moment of waiting, you hear a woman's voice come through on the other side. Not Caimen. Who is this? Lucy?
Don't let Rhea
Where is Caimen?
How much you want to bet it's Fenlock?
No,
What?
it is like 100%.
Okay, yeah, he had the other stone for Fenlock. So he
Hmm.
left the stone with us. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't go 25 words, the message. Now, the sending stone can only be used once per day, and I believe it recharges at dawn, so you actually can't respond until tomorrow.
Oh, good grief.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Using it
bad.
once uses up both stones' ability to send, so
Too bad nobody
That's-
else has that ability.
I know, right?
That's the stone I carried from Fenlock after buying it, isn't it?
Who?
Actually, that is a different one. And in fact, Lucy, you are holding another sending stone that you got from Eglore.
Wait, do what now?
So you just got a sending stone from the bartender, gave it to you, and said it was left behind by Caimen. You actually found something similar on Eglore's body. He had a
Wait.
sending stone of a different pair.
So we have two stones to Fenlock.
No.
Yeah, the sending stone that you
No.
like ran
The
out.
second sending stone was given to Fenlock to give to someone else on Eglore's behalf.
Eglore one. Or first, I
Right.
went to a shop. I asked for one. I was like, that's lame. I'm just gonna learn the spell later. And then Eglore wanted one. I'm like, oh yeah, there's the shop that sells it. And then we sent you out, Kleeck, to go buy it super fast because we were leaving.
Yep, that's
That was-
right.
And then I exhausted myself flying at supersonic speeds.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly how it happened.
a session-
So
What?
we have 2 sending stones.
Correct.
The Eglore's one's probably not going to be very useful for you.
It'll work though. It's
Yeah.
an active item.
True.
Then we're also gonna use it at the same time, remembering that we've actually picked that up. Apparently, that we totally didn't.
I'll give you a
Yes,
list of the
anyway.
things you got from his body, so don't worry about that. I'll get it to you
Cool.
in intervening time. But if you want to use the other sending stone now, go ahead. I guess anyone can roll to recognize the other sending stone
No,
because
before I was about to say, before we do that,
okay.
it's like these are they just straight up like just normal stones, or do they actually like are uniquely like
I
identifiable?
believe they were described as rocks with runes in them. Whether the runes
Yeah.
are the same between the two, I don't know.
I described them as small black stones with a ring of golden inlay around them on the front. So they're pretty clearly not just regular stones, but they're clearly polished magical stones with gold inlay and runes carved in them.
So like, could you like identify a sending stone from one another?
Yes, they don't look
Okay.
the same.
Okay.
I mean, they can be made to look the same, but these two pairs don't look the same.
Okay, yeah, we're not gonna pull that one out then.
Okay.
Do you have to pull it out?
If you have it in a pocket and you reach into the pocket and touch it, you can activate it. So you don't have to pull it out and talk into it. In fact, the sending spell stipulates that the message is magical and in your mind. So to cast the sending spell, you will have to do the verbal component where you say ipso facto magnifico or whatever your magic words are. But you don't say the sending spell's actual message. You just say the words that invoke the spell's activation.
But a magic item,
everything
that's
else-
not a thing, right?
What was that?
I believe
What?
with magic items, the item does the casting.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the magic item, there's no actual.
Many magic items describing it having a command word, not just having to do all the spell stuff, because like you're not a caster.
So
Right,
every
so-
time Yoga
Spell
does it, he
thing?
says super califragilisticexpialidocious, and then he sends this message which you can't hear.
Exactly. So Lucy, using the stones, you would make no noticeable sound because it would all be in your head. You touch it, you push your soul energy or whatever the heck it is that makes you activate magic.
Mana!
Yeah, mana, and you send the message and you get the response, and no one hears any of it but you and the person you're talking to.
Cool.
So
well, we're
that's how it
gonna
works.
Still hold the same one that we were just using, like the one obviously out in the open, and then we're gonna like touch the other one and then use the other one and be like, this is Lucy, who has the other side of this stone? Actually, no. No. Can I say no? Can I do that? Can I just like scratch that real quick?
You're always
What-
allowed to say no.
What do you say?
Okay, be like, can we identify the person by voice through or sending stone, like through thought? Like, is that a thing?
I don't know if you can identify them. I think you.
That's a
I think
good
the-
question because
I would say the
sending
message comes
spell-
through in their voice, but the sending spell stipulates that you send it to a person. But the sending stone, you don't send it to a person, you send it to the stone, and if a person is on the other end holding it, like possessing the stone, they will get the message. So it doesn't tell you who they are, but I would say that you hear the message in their voice,
Okay.
as if they were speaking it directly to your mind.
Then we're gonna say, hello, who has the other stone? And then just send that.
Okay. After a minute, You're not Eglore. Who are you? Why do you have this stone? What happened to Eglore? And that's going to be the message that you get back.
Cool.
Mhm.
Can't use that one for another day.
Correct.
Awesome. Now we get to play Alpha Murder
Excellent.
and say that we found it.
Let's see. We currently do not have Gambino still because of, I'm guessing, an internet issue, and we have reached time. So I believe that Astro, you need to drop off for bed for stuff, and so we can actually wrap it up here with the party realizing that Caimen has left, Eglore is missing, and Yoga being like, Destiny says bring the Dark Elf guy. Destiny says, let's get to it.
Yep. But I had two really quick things.
If adding one guy drops another, what if we drop him and Caimen comes back? Kick him out.
Are you going to
Leave
shoot
him. Get Caimen back.
If only that
You
was-
can't force
Is that how
Destiny,
your Destiny
child. You
thing
can't do
works?
it.
All right,
gonna do,
anyway,
shoot him
sorry,
in the
go on.
face?
What were your
Yes.
2 quick things, Yoga?
Okay, first off, have you just not moved these tokens, or are these guys just camped out at these tables?
They're kind of camped out there. I would assume that they went to bed in rooms on the second night and then just came down early in the morning. They seem to be planning their next move and are having a little bit of a heated discussion.
Yeah.
But they've kind of pulled up the same chairs as before.
And I'm actually glad we're out of time because I'm not mentally prepared to think of what I want to talk about, but just to have it noted, I am kind of to Brightleaf. That's like, I need to talk to you about a divination now. And for Clarence, I don't talk about divinations. I'll explain them kind of like what happened, but I never go into full detail of a divination to anyone. That was a rare
Okay.
thing for Yoga.
I will talk to you about your divination, Yoga. Would you like to go upstairs and do that, or?
Yes, and we'll call it out for there because again, I'm not prepared. But
Sure, no, that's totally fine. And yeah, we're at time anyway. So, anyone else with last minute stuff?
No.
Nope.
Kleeck having a small crisis over Caimen being gone.
Everyone's freaking out a little except Lucy. So,
Am I actually gonna be the leader? It's about his. That's about his thing right now.
Totally. All right, so I am going to end the recording tonight. Thank you, everyone. That was super fun. I know that we didn't necessarily move forward the plot super fast, but sometimes there's just some important discoveries and character building and other discovery stuff that needs to be done. So
like the sword thing that I thought was
plot
just going to be
right.
chill, but it sounds like there's angels and dark, shadowy figures. I gotta decipher all this.
oh yes,
That is literally an entire page in my journal, by the way. I was writing frantically.
well, I will have the recording up tomorrow morning for anyone who wishes to view it. So
that would be a good time.
I know that everyone has to do BRBs and go AFK a little bit. Sometimes stuff gets missed. So I as much as I know listening to the same thing you actually just did for 3 hours is a little annoying. It does help to like go over it sometimes. So something I've been trying to do is watching last week's episode on Monday or Tuesday before session just to kind of get my juices flowing, especially after my Sunday game. Anyways, I'm talking too much about stuff that doesn't matter. Thank you all. I'm going to end recording.